Greetings. I am the Elite Sun Goddess, sharing my energetic signature with the globe. And today, the message is reaching the end of the matrix. So we're going to talk about a few different words and their meanings and steps on making this a reality, okay? We're starting with the firmament, which is faith and mind power, a firm, unwavering place in consciousness. The firmament in the midst of the waters is an idea of confidence or faith in the invisible. And in the beginning, if I said firm and not firmament, I'm correcting that. Then we have ethereal realms. Ethereal realms are symbolic, non-physical domains where spiritual entities, higher selves, and the foundational elements of reality reside, beyond the constraints of the physical world. These realms are not about physical location, but represents a connection to the divine collective unconsciousness and the very source of existence, providing a space for guidance, spiritual exploration, and the potential for creation. And we have transfiguration, a significant spiritual transformation or spiritual wokeness. It represents a change from a less perfect state to a more elevated, divine one, both literally and figuratively. This can involve a change in appearance. It also refers to the metamorphosis of the soul, a shift in consciousness, or a new way of perceiving reality. Now, steps for esoteric transcendence within your firmament. First, you question everything, okay? This is where you realize something is not right within what you know the world to be. This is your inner guidance as a seeker to question the nature of reality, societal rules, and even your own ingrained beliefs. So, this is where we grow up and we are indoctrinated with different religious beliefs and different things on how we go about life, okay? And cognitive dissonance will begin to set in if we are not consciously making the effort to transform, okay? Dissolving the ego by under an understanding that the ego is a mental prison created by conditioning, fears, and rules. You become the mental strategist of your life, integrating equanimity to become the master of the self. Mental strategist, a strategist, uses specific techniques to improve mental health and performance, such as goal setting, relaxation, positive self-talk, and stress management for high-pressure situations. Common strategies include incorporating physical activity, cultivating strong and social connections, developing mindful and emotional regulation, and seeking professional help when needed. Strategies for mental well-being: connect with others, be physically active, practice mindfulness, set goals, and learn new skills. Manage your thoughts and seek support, okay? For those who are going through their awakenings or initial awakenings, there are different support for you to help kind of guide you through the process of helping you to go within. Equanimity is the state of remaining calm, composed, and balanced, especially in difficult or stressful situations. It's about maintaining a steady, even-mindedness, even when faced with challenges that might typically upset others. With equanimity, you can reach a level of mastery, which is a high level of skill, knowledge, or command over a particular subject or activity. It implies a deep understanding and ability to apply that knowledge effectively, often going beyond mere proficiency. Mastery is a continuous process of learning, refinement, and adaptation, okay? You reach a point in your journey where now you have to begin to reclaim your inner authority. And escaping the matrix requires you to stop seeking external validation and trust in your own spiritual compass, which is your intuition. In this phase of going within, you begin to practice the art of detachment from people, places, and things. In this stage, you must remember your inward compass is your direction. And it doesn't matter what other people try to make you feel or believe. You must go within to find the truth and sit with yourself. Remember your spiritual nature. You must remember transcending the illusion means reconnecting with your higher self. This requires you to shadow shift and begin to call your soul fragments back and sit with yourself in meditation for the divine source to understand you are a spiritual being having a human experience. Now, what is shadow shifting? Shadow shifting is engaging with and integrating the shadow self. In essence, shadow shifting in a spiritual sense is a call to delve into the depths of the unconscious, acknowledge the parts of the self hidden away, and integrate them. So this is duality. Integrate them into conscious being for greater self-awareness, healing, and spiritual growth. It's not just about the light, okay? We have to embrace our dark because that is where everything is created, in the void. You have to really sit with yourself and go within and look at the ugly parts of yourself in order for you to ascend. Bring into balance your light and your dark and walk from there, okay? Soul fragments can refer to several concepts, often within fictional or spiritual contexts, okay? It represents a part of a person's spiritual energy that has become separated. It can also refer to the idea that trauma can cause a person's soul to separate into parts. This is an affirmation that I've said before concerning soul fragments, and it is, I call all soul fragments back. The lower fragments have been transmuted for the light agenda. The higher vibrations work cohesively with the unity consciousness. By doing these things, we raise our vibration. These steps allow us to commune in gratitude with the divine, nature, and align ourselves to positive action moving forward, thereby shifting our energy and timeline to a higher state of awareness. Shifting timelines, the experience of transitioning from one's current reality to a different alternate reality or version of your life. Key aspects of shifting timelines are internal transformation, manifestation in reality, detachment and letting go, a feeling of limbo. You begin to see a lot of synchronicities, emotional and mental shifts. You are consciously aware of choice and intention, and gratitude and letting go of fear. These shifts are triggered by significant life changes, decisions, or even subtle shifts in perspective and awareness, and it's often accompanied by a feeling of detachment from the old reality. Our choices and internal state can influence which timeline or reality we experience. Sitting in hermit and going within and just doing your healing work. This is how you're going to shift your timelines to experience another reality or to exit the matrix. The art of detachment allows you to detach from outcomes and possessions in order to live in the divine flow, which is a personal, energetic sovereignty, okay? This art of detachment is the skill of letting go of excessive emotional attachment to people, outcomes, and situations, ultimately fostering inner peace and well-being. Note, it's not about becoming indifferent, but rather about learning to navigate life's ups and downs with equanimity, there go that word again, and a balanced perspective, okay? And we can revisit equanimity real quick. And we know that equanimity is the state of remaining calm, composed, and balanced, especially in difficult or stressful situations. It's about maintaining a steady, even-mindedness, even when faced with challenges that might typically upset others, okay? The final stage is embodying your truth. Not rejecting the world, but to live authentically within it, co-creating with the divine source and the universe, a new reality aligned with your highest purpose. By doing this, you live your soul and not a role, and become a glitch in the matrix. The matrix simulation. This is not about the end, but about the culmination of your personal internal journey. Realizing the illusion means you recognize that the material world is not the ultimate reality. It is a simulated or holographic environment created by a spiritual or computational service, virtual reality, okay? Simulation, imitation of a situation or process, the action of pretending or deception. The production of a computer model or something especially for the purpose of study. Returning to source. This path out of the matrix involves returning to the divine consciousness. Remembering we are a unified consciousness. We are one with all, with the divine, with your neighbors, your friends, your co-workers, family, nature, and the planet. We are all one, the unity consciousness. And the unity consciousness is working cohesively in singularity with the divine source. With a collective group effort in telepathically communicating up and downloading information collectively. Unity Christ consciousness, unity freedom consciousness, working together to raise the vibrational frequency of the planet. This leads us to ending the cycle. Ending the cycle is to achieve ultimate spiritual freedom and liberation. Transcendence is not about destroying the matrix, but about mastering it by transcending its rules, whereby being engulfed in the peace that comes from a new awareness. That you are no longer a prisoner, but a conscious participant with the free will to leave. This is representative of the rare healer archetype, Master 44, which emphasizes the ability to manifest material success through focused effort of hard work on the self, on your personal internal enlightenment journey. This hard work is not hard work in the traditional sense. It's surrendering to the divine to be governed by divine law, so the law of divine provision can be enacted in one's life. Because by surrendering to the divine, it makes you an employee of the universe. Master number 44 represents hard work, patience, and building a strong foundation for the future, for future success. It signifies the potential for achieving great things through diligence and stability. 44 is also associated with the rare healer archetype, which we just said, and it emphasizes the ability to manifest material success through focused effort. Keywords are hard work and foundation, patience and perseverance, mastery, achievement, rare healer, balance, and stability. Governed by divine law is a system, society, or individual that adheres to laws or principles believed to originate from a transcendent divine source, such as God or gods. These laws are seen as universal, unchangeable, and superior to human-made laws, providing a framework for moral, ethical, and social conduct across various cultures and religions like Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. The law of divine provision. The Most High's benevolence provides for the needs of his creation, particularly his people. This encompasses guidance, protection, and spiritual sustenance, along with the earthly provision and materials. And the affirmation is, I have been given the key to success. The core understanding to this law: the Most High as a provider, physical and spiritual needs, trust and faith, active faith, trust in the Most High in daily life, gratitude and contentment, and being a channel of provision. And I'm going to end with this because I'm just trying to show something that one would understand from a natural perspective, but see the spiritual inside of it, okay? Because I am a free thinker. And I take all knowledge and I filter what I need. Elijah and the ravens. God commanded ravens to feed Elijah during a time of famine, showcasing supernatural provision. So what this is telling me in that blurb, when we surrender to be governed by divine law, then Source, the universe, the Most High, whatever you like to use, will enact divine provision. Because we chose to see the truth and not be destructive inside of the matrix, but to transcend. We chose to live our soul and not a role, and detach of things that are no longer serving our highest good. I am the elite sun goddess, the goddess general. I am master, and I self-lord. Ashe.